Yo, what is going on, guys? Today, coming with another e-scooter. We are talking about the Caroma C1. This is available currently on Amazon. The base price is $5.99, but there's a coupon available right now which deducts about 50 US dollars. This one here came very well equipped, like many other scooters, but I've seen scooters that are terrible, and I simply have to mention it. This one was a little tricky to get out of the box. I had to install here the handlebar to the steering bar just to make things a little bit easier. But anyways, guys, this is a 500 watt motor scooter, single motor, and it goes up to 25 miles an hour, but you do need the application in order to unleash the power, which is, I guess, a good thing that it comes with an application. It has 499 watt hours, so it's able to give you a range of about 30 miles. And on here you can see that all the accessories are quite standard. This is a 48 volt battery, I already mentioned that, and well, it does require a decent charger. It takes about 5 hours to charge. So the rear wheel here didn't come assembled, as you guys can tell. Neither did the fender. But the system is very similar to the quick releases that you see on bicycles, but it's on the rear. It is a very unusual scooter, and this is why I like to review different models, guys, because every single one has something unique, and the Caroma didn't disappoint. So right now here I'm loosening the fender screws so that I can get the tire through and install that quick release. I wish I had a helping hand at this point. So of course it comes with a lighting system. This one has very nice lights on the sides. You're going to be seeing that here in just a second. It does have turn signals as well. And I guess the most impressive part here is that, well, it has a decent speed, 25 miles. I think that's quite decent, and that's after unlocking it with the application. That's another thing. Again, you have the application, which makes things a little bit better when obtaining information about the scooter and whatnot. And this one has turn signals. It has a bell as well. We're going to be seeing that here in just a second. So right now here, I am just adjusting the mechanical brake for the rear. Only uses one mechanical brake. The front has e-braking. The folding system is a one-step mechanism. We have seen this many times in the past. And now we're going to attach here permanently the handlebar to the steering bar, which requires 4 size number 3 bolts. The tires need to be inflated to about 41 psi. That's what I did. The rear one was a little bit tricky to get it inflated, as you guys can tell, but little by little I was able to successfully get it inflated. This is your charging port, very convenient. And here we have a quick tag with information about the display. This is the little bell. We have the turn signals left and right. That's our brake lever. We do have a thumb throttle with the power button and the light switch as well. Now there's a QR code on the manuals. You had to scan it so that you can download the app, and it is called eScooter Home. And once you set it up, this is everything that it's going to give you. You have cruise control. You can enable it and disable it, and also the speed limit. So these are the settings on your standard display. We have up to 3 speeds. You get the speedometer, the odometer, and the battery indicator at the very top. Quite basic. And like I said before, we have the lights, okay, and the lights are pretty good, and of course the turn signals as well, guys. So let's go for a ride and test it out a little more. It's a bit of a windy day today that we decided to test the Caroma C1. This is our pretty decent 48 volt 500 watt scooter. And as I already showed you guys, we have a headlight button, dedicated one, power button, the throttle. You get 3 different speed modes. You get your turn signals left and right. You know that already. And they do cancel, by the way. So after a minute or so, they automatically turn off, which is pretty cool. There we go. And we do have a little bell. It doesn't have a horn. It has one brake lever because the front tire has electronic braking. And yeah, it has a pretty cool design, as you can tell. The back was a little off to put together. I never had a scooter that came with a wheel off. And if they do come with wheel off, it's typically the front, not the rear side. But besides that, guys, it is a pretty cool scooter. This one, we know that it comes with an application, and it does a pretty good job with speed, guys. So the speedometer is already calibrated. I didn't mount the phone mount because this tubing here is a little bit thick and it doesn't allow for you to do that, guys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. So this tubing right here, it's a little bit too thick. You see, when you look at the handle grips, they're normal size, but in this middle area here, it's a little bit different. So talking about this middle area here, I don't know why the metal here, the paint, it's actually, check that out, guys, it's actually peeling off quite easily. I guess they didn't polish the metal quite the way it should be, and I think they didn't prime it at all, so that's why it's kind of peeling a little bit. I just scuffed it with my nails. But anyways, this one right now is about $549, and it does have a decent battery. It's capable of giving you 30 miles in range, and it's quite responsive, guys. I mean, it is a very responsive scooter. So pretty soon we're going to do here the braking power. Also keep in mind that through the app we do have the cruise control capabilities. So right here, guys, we're doing almost 21 miles an hour. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the maximum speed, but right there, actually, look at that, we climbed to almost 24 miles an hour, and it feels just like it, guys. That's the cool part about this one here, is that it is quite fast, but we do have a speed mode, so we're going to start with 1 here. You know what 3 gives us. So 1 is going to be about 11 miles, just about. Speed 2, I'm assuming it'll be like maybe 17, 18 miles. Let's check it out. And yes, we just reached 18 miles. And obviously we know what 3 does. And so pretty soon here, we're gonna make a quick stopping power test. We're actually gonna do it right now. All right, the back is really easy to skid. That took a good like 15, 18 feet approximately from where I started. That's just a guesstimate, of course, guys. So yeah, the stopping power is not that bad. It's actually quite normal, to be honest with you. These are not hydraulic brakes, by the way. They are mechanical brakes. So the stopping power is pretty good. Keep in mind, guys, that for the lighting, we do have a front headlight, as I mentioned earlier, and a dedicated button here for the light. So this is the front light right here. And so we also have the turn signals, but the turn signals are only for the rear side, which is right here, as you can tell, and not for the front side. Okay, that's the only thing. We have a sweet little fender here that doesn't move at all. It's nice and sturdy. The tires are inflatable, we know that already. And overall, the board and everything, guys, is quite standard. There's nothing really different in terms of sizing to other scooters of this same category. We do have that one-step folding system where you lift this and it comes right down, and boom, that's it. And when you ride it, nothing really rattles. The only complaint I have so far is the fact that right here in the middle side, or the what we call the stem is located, we had the paint peeling off, and it seems like this doesn't have corrosion like regular metal, like that brown or bronze color corrosion is that type of corrosion that aluminum gets, that doesn't let the paint to stick. So they had to sand it a little more, add primer, and then paint it. So I'm not sure if that's what they did, but I know the paint failed around this area. All right guys, so the tires are about 2.5 inches approximately, and yes, we are trying a little bit of off-roading. Now, as you can tell, the suspension is not very good for off-roading. It's a little bit more on the stiffer side. So right now, I'm feeling every single bump on here. But yes, I mean, at least it is able to move off-road and with decent speed. We're doing 11, let me see. Yep, just about 11 miles an hour. So it is not a full struggle, but trust me guys, it wasn't really designed to do off-road stuff. As you can tell, it's shaking quite a bunch, but hey, at least we're able to do it, even if it is for a brief moment. Well, here's our hill incline. This is the biggest hill I'm able to find locally, and it has like about maybe a 15% incline, and we're gonna start from 0, and we're gonna see how fast it is able to go. So we're doing 9 miles an hour. It's actually increasing speed. Now it's doing 11 miles an hour, and to be honest with you guys, I was quite impressed. It did it with ease. No struggle here whatsoever. Pretty decent scooter if you want to do hill climb. You won't have an issue, guys. I really like the handling on this scooter. Now, something I wish they would have done is, well, I'm not the tallest person out there. As a matter of fact, I consider myself to be average at 5 feet 10. And well, the handlebar, it's a little bit too low. So if you are above 6 feet, I think the scooter is going to start becoming a little bit too small for you. Maybe another 3 inches of height would have fixed this. But yes, the handlebar is a little bit on the short side, which of course it's a little bit of a negative. But I still love the handling, guys. It doesn't rattle. Everything is super quiet. You get that nice torquey engine on the back. That's what I love about it, actually. That for a scooter that is considered to be compact with a single motor, this thing actually has power, guys. The maximum speed that I was able to do with this thing on a slight decline was about 27 miles an hour. And on flat land, I'm able to do about 26. Our next subject here will be battery range. So this company is claiming that their scooter can do 30 miles of range. I like to deduct at least 30% out of that. So I would go more with like 23 miles in total range, depending on how you use it. You see, if you're a guy like me that is a speed junkie, I like to go as fast as I can because I just like it. Well, yeah, don't expect much, you know, from a scooter like this. I will count more with like, I don't know, maybe 9 miles each way just to be on the safe side and not be stranded out there. That's okay. But yes, guys, as I was saying, the battery range on this one, I would say no more than 23, 24 miles at the most, even though they're claiming 30. Unless you weigh 110 pounds or less, you're doing speed number 1 all the time, and you're in flat terrain, and you're gonna ride it slow all the time, then yes, you might get the 30 miles. Alrighty guys, so I think that we are all set here with the Caroma C1, a quite affordable scooter, and I think it works quite well for the money that we are paying. Now I'm not sure about the longevity of this particular one because I haven't really added so many miles into it, but it seems decent. It has a great amount of power, and well, you can get it quite fast via the Amazon Prime, and if anything goes wrong with it, you know, you have a return policy. So yes, this one seems to be quite okay. Something I forgot to mention is that the brakes, they do squeal from time to time, especially if you don't use it for, let's say, a week or so and you start using it. The rear brakes squeal, but only until you kind of sort of break them in again and everything goes away. Yes, very nice little scooter, very portable, lightweight, foldable. I think a lot of people will take advantage of this one. I like the color. I think, guys, that with this being said, we are done. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. And click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this.